because it's just me alone. You know, it's going, hey, it's just us.
Just us.
Hello, live from Long Island, New York. Okay, so I'm having coffee. She's having the opposite of coffee. Yes, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to talk. Oh, so this is unusual, right?
Yes,
but
very special. Very special.
Right around this week, and I figured, like, let's hang out together.
Yes.
Instead of like doing the thing separate and apart, doing the thing. So all of you people think we're not actually, we're not real. That we are AI, do all of that. No, we're not real. Yes. We're actually real people. And every now and then,
yes, yes.
She can't believe I'm here.
Yes, yeah. Oh my God, you're real.
I'm real. Hello. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about starts and stops, beginnings, because literally I came out here and we started talking about how when you initially met your husband.
Yes.
It like started and then sputtered, and you weren't sure exactly how that was going to happen or what was going to happen, and then it ended up being.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Really, it's considered the best thing. It's one of the great things. Your son, do you think your son? Oh, maybe not.
Not that's a moment. Your coffee. Now, the birth of my son was one of the most beautiful things that happened in my life. Yes. Even taking under consideration present situation.
Abundance.
Yes. But meeting my husband was really, it didn't look that way at the very beginning. That was one of the best things that ever happened to me, yes. What we were talking about is how people meet nowadays, which is 16 years ago.
Yes.
My husband and I, we met online. We're not going to mention the website.
You're not going to mention the website?
No. We're not going to mention the website. You know, because you were tired of my husband told you.
Okay, so first of all, if you know anything about these kinds of websites, it's 16 years ago, so it was a while back. So it probably wasn't plenty of fish.
No. Wasn't that one.
Yeah.
But for me, there was a very lonely Friday night. And I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. And I was very lonely Friday night. I was scrolling through, and I told you that on several websites, actually, I saw this this one guy, he called himself Student of Life, which means unemployed.
David said loser.
Yeah. You say all this. Not too much research.
We don't know.
So, we have no idea. No.
That name.
Yeah.
There's so many people with that name.
Behold.
It's my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. So, I saw my husband. Well, at the time, this guy's not the student of life. No. Yes. So I saw his picture, and I was paying attention to people's eyes.
Okay.
So I look at the expression of his eyes, and that's who I fall in love with. And that's you.
Mine are more like run. Anyway.
I was telling you that it was very funny because you know us already for several years.
Yes.
And we are quite opposite. He calms me down. He brought more stability and security into my life and more calmness when I'm the crazy one.
He is unshakable. The guy is so steady. It's just the same after the other. But it's interesting that you tell me at some point you were like, no, get out, whatever it is.
He broke up.
Yeah.
He broke up. mature.
Yeah.
16 years ago, I was already a mature person. So I'm 58 now. So 16 years ago, it was a different time. But uh, still, I wanted to put out seat a little bit faster,
Okay.
and he was more on like, okay, well, let's wait, let's take our time. Took a year and a half before he moved in. Took us another year and a half before we got married, which was actually, I can appreciate that now.
Okay.
I can appreciate that
Yeah.
now. At that time, it was like, what takes you so long? But in the first year, we broke up so many times.
That's before you moved in.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Even when you did move in, you were like, get out.
well, I have to admit, I pressured him to propose. I already pressured him to propose, which he did.
Speed running.
Yes. And then he goes like, you know what, this is not for me. So I was like, no problem.
He said this.
That's actually what he said on his birthday.
So you keep them up.
I did. No, I was very nice about it. I thought they were going to give him a very nice gift for his birthday. It was his I helped him back up. I sent him on his way. I get on to his mom. Help him, thanking her.
It's coming. Tonks.
Thanking her for embracing me to her family. And literally, I did that. And 2 days later, he was back.
Oh.
Because his father laughed at him. He said this woman had patience of an angel that she would have put you at all. When we got married, a few months later. I'm sorry, a month later. Wow!
So wait. When he came back, did he tell them? Or did he just show up at the door?
Oh, no, he called me actually saying evening, asking to be taken back.
Not tonight.
No.
I'll sleep on it.
Yes, pretty much. And actually said he was back a month later. We got married, and that was Mother's Day.
Okay.
And his family was coming over for dinner. So we figured they knew we were going to get married. So we just surprised them with like, happy Mother's Day, we're getting married. I have to tell you that both of us, we were overwhelmed at the time with all the preparations of a wedding.
Okay.
It was, I knew that I cannot deal with that at that moment when they called me from the restaurant that we called to make all the arrangements. And they called me asking what kind of color of tablecloths I want. And I was like, I can't deal with that.
Can't do that.
I couldn't deal with that.
Simple question.
I couldn't deal with that.
Do you know what color your wedding is going to be? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know what color your wedding is going to be?
Yes. So I couldn't deal with that, and he couldn't deal with that. And we got married on our backyard. My son officiated the wedding. By the fireplace, we got married. There was just 12 people, including 2 photographers.
Okay.
And that was it. And 10 years later, we were ready. We had a wedding in church, and we had a 3-day celebration. We were ready then. But I have to tell you what happened, which I'm sure that many of people can feel what I felt back then when we broke up. During the breaking up with my husband now.
Okay. No judgment. I'm going to tell you my stuff too, so it's
Yes.
okay.
So I was like, okay, you're breaking up with me, I'm breaking up with you. Okay, so I'm going to date. That's it.
So you were dating.
So,
Not the guy.
well, not really dating, just met. Actually, I'm going to tell you about 3 dates that I had while of different times that we broke up with my husband now. But that was at the time just dating. Because he was trying to date other people too.
Okay.
How do I know, ladies?
She was stalking.
Right? Not just stalking.
Just stalking.
Not just stalking. I can tell you exactly what I did. I tapped into his dating account to see exactly who he's sending pictures to or talking to. And I know there's this one girl named, let's call her Sonia, and she just was putting pictures. Oh, let's do pictures of my assets, and you couldn't see her face, but her assets were quite developed and interesting. So yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, you're looking at that. So I'm going to talk to somebody else. And then
So you didn't know necessarily. So first of all, so you hacked in and you saw that he was talking to that person.
yes,
Okay, so you know he's talking to her, but not necessarily.
he never met with her.
Okay, but
He never, he was talking to her. Yes. So actually, at a certain point, I reached out to her and told her that I'm his girlfriend. But he didn't know about it back then. And guess what she said?
it's okay.
I don't care. It's his decision.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, so I'm getting him back. So let me tell you what I did. I went out once with a guy for drinks.
Mhm.
One of them. It was nice meeting.
Okay.
Father of one child, divorced, and that just finally when you're in your 40s, things happen to you, whatever. Following day, I received a picture of
Body parts.
no, but I must to me it might have been as the same body parts, like a messy apartment, just tells you how naive I was. A lot of to me, messy apartment, beer cans, some bottles. I'm not coming to clean this up. Why is he sending this to me? Well, see, I never did drugs in my life, and I'm assuming that was drug paraphernalia over there, and which I didn't recognize. So I'm like, I ignored that. I'm thinking maybe mistake, or if he's asking me to hire a clean lady, he can just ask me. I don't know. But if he's that messy, I don't want to have anything to do with him. So the next message was that we're supposed to meet again.
Yeah.
And then he's asking if I can pick him up because DEA took his car.
Oh,
Yeah, so a few things like,
okay.
it's like clarified. It was like, yeah, no, I came back to with my ex. That's the thing to go to.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me. It's like, I'm sorry, but
Okay, so I gotta put that in my pocket. Actually,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm joking.
So that was once. Another time I met with someone for drinks. He took me to the nightclub,
Okay.
which I told him I like to dance. And so, but there's, music is playing, so it's good that he doesn't dance. Why did you take me to the nightclub?
Okay.
So that was actually the last time that I went out with anyone. And then I hotel for dear life to my husband. Now,
Like, I don't want to do that.
yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. So then he sits there. The emergency phone call.
Oh, so you pick up, wait. It's like, so it's talking to the gays.
Yes. So he got that.
I was gonna say, for those of you who are a little naive, we're in our 50s, and so as a result, these tricks are not always native to what the phone didn't exist. The personal mobile phone didn't exist when we started dating. So now these new so like, oh, my phone is blinking. Oh, that's how you dip out of a date that
Yeah.
you don't want to be in. So you have to.
Actually, when I went out first time with my husband, now my son made that phone call.
You made a phone call.
That emergency phone call.
That's a real phone call.
Yeah,
Right.
it was like, Mom, how was it going? And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. Everything is fine.
It's good.
Instead, oh my God, I gotta run. Everything is fine.
That happened.
So anyhow, this guy, I'm sitting in the nightclub with him, and he doesn't answer. I'm like, why did you bring me here?
Right.
And then he's getting, oh, you know what? My landlord calls. There's something going on in my apartment. I gotta go. I'm like, yeah, I know this thing. And then he goes, why don't you come with me? I was like, no.
Oh, wow. So he did the emergency phone call on you, but not to break up the date, but to take you to a second location where he
Yes.
could tie you up and take you to Dubai. Wherever. Sorry, people from Dubai. I didn't mean that.
So I was like, yeah, okay. So you go and take care of your apartment. I'm going home. Don't call me ever again. So yeah.
Sorry.
And I thought I'm going to tell you about 3 different things.
No.
Back way
No, I only want to know the ones that happened in between
in between.
when you were broken up, so sort of kind of broken up. And it was probably easier for you. See, I broke up maybe time, and we weren't talking for a while, and it was so funny. She went to stay with my mother, so it wasn't really a
It
breakup.
wasn't a breakup.
No, she was just like, "Oh, I'm so sick of you," and she went.
It went to your mother.
Yeah, he went to my mother. She was,
So that was a
and my
breakup. That was
mother's
stunning of you.
My mother's calling. Exactly.
That was stunning of you.
My mother's calling like, "Why did you do that?"
I have to tell you, my mother passed 18 years ago, but if something would have happened, and my husband would have gone to my sisters, I would have get over my head for my sisters because they love him. They love him to death. So yeah. So that was different. But no, I have to tell you about this thing back there. That's just too funny. That was my first divorce, and I decided to go. That was back in Canada. I'm going. And back then, you have to talk on like a phone without seeing each other. You know. I was telling
It's not a
someone.
real thing.
That's why when you have to, the roger the phone, and you have to.
Back in the 90s, you actually had to have a physical phone. And there was a hearing part and a talking part.
Yeah.
And you put it in the
To
center.
your ear. One part to your ear, and the other to your mouth. You have to talk.
And it had like a cord on the end of it. It was wild. Okay.
So this guy tells me he's divorced. He's got 2 children.
Oh, wow.
Guess what? Listen, I was divorced and I had a child. So he was what I had. And then he tells me he doesn't like, first time we met. We're talking, we're sitting, and I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, it's not gonna work, but I tried to be nice. I was in my 20s, so I tried to be nice.
Okay.
And then I'm looking at this woman sitting in I forget where we went. There was a fast food restaurant, something like that. We didn't have too much money. So there's like some woman with 2 kids sitting and staring at us, and she's smiling at me.
Oh.
And I'm like, this woman just looking at me like, she goes, that's my ex-wife with 2 children. She came to check you out. I'm like, what?
You're going to be the AB sister wife. Sister wife.
And I'm like, holy crap, this is really strange.
I mean,
First date.
yeah, that's the first date. The first date, it should not have happened. Eventually, it's going to have to happen. But
You don't
first
need
date.
an ex-wife in the first date.
I mean, was he Roma? Did he have them whack? And to bring them when he came to find.
No.
Sorry, I understand.
It was like the very straight, so excited, like, okay. I was so naive and trying to be very nice to not to break anybody's feelings and whatever. So I'm like, okay, so he keeps calling, because not really him, but the ex-wife liked me.
So, yeah, she looks like she can make good pierogi.
She didn't go no anything.
Let me see her hands. Can she wash dishes? Yeah.
So what happens is, okay, is so because I knew he doesn't like to dance or anything. So I said, okay, I like to dance. I want to go to nightclub. So I decided to make everything possible to make him uncomfortable as much as possible.
Because you knew you didn't want to be A.B. the sister wife. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm open-minded, but not that open-minded, not for myself. I'm sorry. I'm not. If that works for you, go for it. Do whatever makes you happy.
No judgment.
No judgment. Myself, I'm a very selfish woman. I do not share my man. No, my husband only belongs to me. And if someone reaches out, there will be chap hands and there will be it. And anyway, anyway, so we went out and I take him to nightclub and everything. But then you know what? I was too embarrassed. He wore like open the slippers with black socks that up to no, I'm sorry, not black, white socks up to middle of his
Jesus sandals with the white socks.
And he was so okay. And I asked him, so why are you pretending that this is okay when I know that you don't like it? You know, it was his answer. Because his ex-wife likes me. I was like, who am I dating? I'm supposed to have, and they're supposed to go out with his ex-wife. It should have been easier. So I just, yes. So I just told him, you know what, this is not going to work. And he kept calling because his ex-wife liked me.
Oh, wow. She's like, call her again. Call her back.
I'm sorry, but yeah. So that was my
So okay, so that's another one.
that's three. Yes, that's three dating experiences. So, you know, when we get married with my husband,
Okay.
which he was afraid to get married because to him marriage was, that's it, end of fun. And that's for us, that's what actually fun began.
Oh, see, I was wondering. Well, he's very stable.
Yes.
Not.
He's not wild.
He's not wild. Yeah, I can't
He's
see
not
him.
wild. Yeah.
Do whatever he wants to do. Oh no, he's very tall. So sometimes tall guys get a lot of attention.
He will. Let me tell you, when we going out, he gets a lot of attention. But yeah, I'm looking. I trust him. I trust him with everything. I don't trust anybody else. Am I a jealous type? Yes. I simply protect what's mine.
Somebody keeps telling me the same thing. I trust you.
I don't trust you. And she's right. She's right. Let me tell you, she's right. Girl, you're right. Yeah. When I'm going out with my husband, I'm making sure everyone knows in church.
In church, too. Well, people are looking in church. You're right. People are looking in church.
Yeah, I like to go behind him when we're going out from the communion because I see this. It's like, and then I'm like,
no.
what? I'll give the look. Let me tell you, I'll give the look. Even in church, I'll give the look. So, no, absolutely not. So, hands off.
Okay.
So,
All right.
what about you?
We did not have stops and starts. And we had a couple of issues, but we did not have a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry. When you say we, you mean?
My ex person who I actually got married to, we did not start a lot. We just got started. I mean, it's where we get started, like the first date. Well, first of all, when I met her, there were.
I'm so never done.
She was on a date. She was on a date, and she went on a date. I don't know how much of this I can say, but
I say that.
she told me later on that she went on dates often for the meal. And so I met her on a day where she was not by herself. She had brought her daughter with her. So it was her and her
Sorry, that was just for the meal or what the situation shit.
That's what I'm saying. This is the conversation I'm not sure I should be having. But Bob Douglas, yes, it was not. And the guy has a party, took her to date, then has a party at his house. I'm the DJ at the party. And by the way, I met a lot of women when I was a DJ, so that way I don't know. And in this particular instance, I was like, oh, wow. Get here and look at what is happening. So yeah, we did then, and then there was this one incident where it was very weird, where she's calling me, and there's a guy calling me, and he's calling me to say, I got your girlfriend right here. She's right here. I mean, she wanted to call and say hello. And I'm like, yeah, it sounded like I remember, but they were inebriated. And I was like, what's your address? And he was inebriated enough to tell me what the address was. And then I hung up the phone and I called one of my friends. I was like, we're going to go get her, and we may also get him. And when I say get him, I'm not talking about taking him back to my apartment. No.
You didn't want him?
And we got there, and I was like, we're here, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes for her to be out of your apartment. And, and yeah, I guess they were drinking, like after work drinking, did whatever, and she ended up at his apartment. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, no, not you. Yeah, the thing I told you that.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it was just weird. It was like, wow. What are we doing? I was like, that person, she needs to be down here. Mm-hmm. And by the time we got there, in front of she was put out into the street. And I was like, oh, okay, let's go. But,
Hold on, sir. She was put out to the street.
Yes.
He let her out to the street.
He put her out and went inside because he was not going to stay outside. We were out there. She was out there, and I had to get in the car.
So he called you to let you know that your girlfriend is there, and he put her out to the car.
No, he didn't do that. I told her. He didn't do that until I told him you need to deposit her in the front so that I can pick her up. And because otherwise we're going to have a problem. And he did. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, she was having a couple or whatever it was. These are weird. This is not that weird. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's weird.
Oh, it was weird. It was weird. There was that. And then the only other time was we had an argument about money. And the argument was I wanted to give her some, and she did not want it.
You wanted to give her some money.
So she
Terrified.
she
Terrified.
didn't want to date me.
Okay.
Because I was like, yo, we're in certain level relationships, so why would you not?
She
You
needed,
have
she was in need of
she
money.
needed it. And I was like, we're going to
Yeah.
clear up this.
Okay.
Clear up that
Okay.
and have that problem, and we're not going to have that problem anymore.
Yeah.
Right? It was debt. And I was like, listen, let's take care of it. And she was not. And I was upset that she was not taking it because I was like, what are we doing? Are we not together? Are we not like moving forward with this thing? So in my mind, I was like, oh, maybe she thought we were different. Maybe she thought we weren't. So I'm like, oh, so we're not actually. And then we had
Maybe
this.
I asked my husband before I get married for money.
She didn't ask it for me. I found out that she had things that were outstanding, and I was like, I have this. Let's take care of this. Let's do it
So
now.
try to help. We are together in a relationship,
Yeah.
so something new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she knew you were in a relationship? That's another thing. Sometimes people think that the other party know that they're in a relationship, but they're not aware of that.
She was living with me at the time, so
Oh, so it sure wasn't a situation. Now I'm going to tell you something coming up. I'm a facilitator in the bereavement, right?
Okay.
And during one of the sessions, I was introduced to the word situationship. I never knew
I
that.
see. That's why you keep using it. I get it.
Yes,
Okay.
situationship. Like, okay, the guy moved in with my girlfriend because of a situation. He was homeless. He needed a place to stay. So he moved in with the girl.
So he found the girl and like sugar mamaed her and stayed in her apartment.
Yeah. And to her there was a relationship, and to him there was a situation.
Very New York. But yes, a young people thing. I mean that is
So I just found out about what it means last year. So
no, it wasn't like that. She was paying her for what I was paying for everything, and then I found out that she had little things. And I was like, why are you letting these little things like travel at you from where they're not even that big?
yeah.
And I take care of it, not a problem. But she was like, oh, I don't want to take that from you. And I was like, what does this mean? Does this mean you're not actually, are you looking to me to get it back or whatever? What is that? And she left and went to stay with my mother for like 3 or 4 days.
Did it get easier for you when you got married? Did everything calm down? Because like to my husband and I, anything that was an issue before we got married, I really think, looking from that perspective, I think there was a lot of my issues, maybe insecurities, that as soon as we got married, like everything calmed down. And the best time in our life started actually after we got married.
I will say to you that yes, in general, a lot of things calm down after you get married. Then there was the rush that you do not have, the rush to get pregnant. So then there was that. And so that was like another set of pressures. Yeah, you weren't doing that. But there was another set of pressures in order to make that happen. And so, hello, I'm not new to this. And so there was a
I
situation.
wonder why you said that. Yeah.
So we did it, and it was done. It was not simple. But for the most part, it was very, very calm. It was not an issue. The major issues came after the second kid was born, and I was like, oh, I gotta come up with $500,000 to put these 2 children through college at least. Because back then that was about the number. Even nowadays, you're like, okay, so if they go for 4 years and it's about $50,000 per,
It takes more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can tell you from experience, it takes more than 50.
Yeah. It's going to be 2 of them at the same time. So in my head, I was like, oh, I've got an issue. I've got to go deal with that. And that's when I started like ramping up my businesses. That's when I started. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it on my accountant's salary. I'm going to have to figure something else out. And so that's when we really started to get in trouble. So that's the
Boys and girls, let me tell you from experience.
Here's the lesson.
Yes, it takes at least 150 for high school, if you pay for high school, and some of the community college and the other college, not everything private or anything like that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of patience and a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of, from my perspective, getting married when you are mature, when you finish with kids, when you have time just for yourself.
Mhm.
And that's the beauty, because we didn't have to, my husband and we didn't have to start with dreams of building the family, of buying the house, of getting the white picket fence.
And that's enough for today.
So I feel blessed. I really feel blessed that I met him at a certain time in my life where we can just only concentrate on ourselves and on our dreams. And thank God he's got enough patience for me for all my crazy ideas. Like, honey, it's what? You think I should do this? What do you think I should do that?
And crazy ideas, but they're good ideas. So like you're ambitious, and so the stuff that you want to do is not things that are unreachable, especially since we see people doing them all the time. But you're right, he is very conservative.
Yes, he is. And he is very supportive.
Yeah.
Every crazy thing that I come up with. God, please don't change him. Don't change him. He's got a lot of patience with me. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But yes, starting, going through, we're talking about dating. We're talking about all the crazy experiences that we had out there.
Yes.
So there's one thing, and then there's another thing, starting life and building family. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to build a family. It takes a lot to learn how to deal with each other. It takes a lot to find a balance between the family and what you really want in life. Because when you are building a family, when you want children, kind of your priorities go on side. Yes, it's a different setup in life. So we are not that far in age, but I'm in a different sphere of life.
And for you as a woman, that is no longer like a concern. You're like, okay, that is no longer my concern. But as a man, it is possible for me.
We just had this conversation with my husband. Yes, for men, no matter what age you are, you can still become a father. For a woman to become a mother, it's a completely different different journey. Yeah. It's a different journey, and the clock is ticking. And I found out with myself that in my 40s, I was asking what's going on with my body, which I didn't know the menopause start kicking in. I thought that would be like my mother's generation, 55, 58. My sisters have older sisters, but guess what?
It's different.
It comes, in your 40s. That's when it begins. And no one told me that. I didn't get the notification like that.
No.
And it started much earlier. All the women nowadays that are having children in their 50s, sometimes in 60s. Yeah. Back then, there's a journey of receiving hormone treatments where there's more damage than actually helping.
It's very interesting you're saying that, because I'm thinking about my grandmother. She had 9 children, and she did not. She spaced them out. like 3 years ago. So if you think about it, that's a 27-year period. And she wasn't having children when she was a teenager. That wasn't what she did. She was like in her early 20s.
Different life, different life. Our children, like my grandchildren age, kids are start having puberty. They're reaching much earlier than our generation did. And women are reaching the menopause much
earlier too.
And let me tell you, girls, if the menopause would have been a person, would have been killed and buried long ago, that no one will find it. Click, clap. I am so glad it's over with. Otherwise, that was not an easy moment. Moment. They say it lasts between 6 months to 10 years.
Oh,
okay.
That's Perry versus the actual thing.
6 months to 10 years. Okay, so it's that's another show. But
that's why we turn on the AC. That's why we turn on the AC. I got you. Oh, let's turn the AC.
I don't know if this is my juice or this is my backlash medicine.
Is it hot? I'm not sure, but it is what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the situation, and I have to tell you that what a lot of my girlfriends, they see this is American way. First, you do your you working on your career, then you working on your family.
Yeah.
By the time you start working on your family, you're in your 40s, approaching 50s. That's when you start having children. When you start having children in your 50s, 40s, that's when you need hormones. When you need hormones, they are interrupting the natural clock. That's when they start having issue with breast cancer. That's when you start having thyroid cancer, especially thyroid. And when the thyroid is involved, you have Hashimoto, you have hypertension, you have hypotension. And overnight, you feel like you put 10 pounds on, or you lost 10 pounds on. Then your nerves are like, you cannot put up with anything. It's so much. Or you're having a C-section, and because you're stuck with hormones, your body is not healing for months because the water is falling out because of hormone intake. It's so much. It's so much. Women are not being educated enough.
Maybe not being taken care of enough either. I feel like now we're doing a different kind of show. I feel like men's health took priority because men were the medical providers for such a long time. It's only recently that they're actually paying attention to what you're saying. Before it was like, oh, she's just hysterical. That's what they used to do.
Yes.
Like paying attention to what's going on with you. Which is crazy because you're 50% of the freaking population.
Yes. And some of the medications that they're giving women going through menopause, they're giving them hormones, which is a declara, because that would increase different kind of cancers, ovarian cancer, breast cancer for women. And guess what I found out? With some of the medications, they are pushing off early onset Alzheimer's. If you take some of the medications, that's why so many women that they are taking some medications that help with menopause, but they are with hormones. In their 60s, they're getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's so crazy that you have a disease where they say, okay, we're going to give you this medication that's going to take care of it. And the medication that we're going to do to take care of it is not going to make you lose your mind. It's not going to make everything worse. It might actually make the thing that you're given for is actually going to make it worse than it actually is. And so that is madness to me, but it is what it is. I mean, that is part of the problem that we keep talking about. But yes, that is another show we're doing for that. That's not. But ladies and gents, I just want to say, just want to say, we are. It's fun, good time, but I want to say it was good to hear from you. Thank you so much for being. Probably not like this. It's not I don't think so. I don't know if we're going to be doing this thing, but in general, let's see. So, ladies and gents, I want you to definitely check out all this. Let's do all this stuff that I normally do from where I'm sitting. But we're going to do some. Please like and subscribe if you're actually interested in the show. This is coming up. Something huge is coming. That's part of the reason why I'm here.
Yes.
We're actually talking about Agnes Amisano Publications. We're not going to call it that. It's actually called something else, but I'm not going to give out the name yet because we don't want to get in any trouble. But if you are looking to promote and or write a book and you need some help with that, you're going to be reaching out to us pretty much in this place.
Yes.
Because that's the next big project, right?
Absolutely. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Look forward. All right. Big it up. Good night. That's so funny. All right. Very well. I'll see you. All right.